So guys, welcome back to another video and welcome to this week's Team of the Week predictions. Team of the Week 6 is obviously dropping on Wednesday and we are going to try and predict what could be coming in that release. Now straight up, if you're looking to finish off your champs games and you're a bit wondering what to do, whether to play on or not, I don't think the upcoming team looks looking too great, to be honest. I think there's a couple of players in there that some people might be excited over, but ultimately, as a collective, as a team, I don't think it's going to be too strong. So something to bear in mind. So before getting things, if you could leave a like rating on the video, that'd be very much appreciated. And in the comments below, let me know who you think will feature in the upcoming Team of the Week release. And of course, if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe. Right then, goalkeepers, here we go. Now, interestingly, I've actually gone for 3 goalkeepers this week, which doesn't happen too often, and it's quite rare, but it has happened in the past, so maybe it could happen again. But I've actually got quite a few goalkeeper candidates, but let's discuss the ones that are on the screen currently. We've got Pacheco, and we also have Consigli. So Pacheco, he actually made 7 saves in a 1-1 draw against Barcelona, and in this game, his side had, I think it's 20% possession, which is pretty mad. So as you can imagine, that team were under a lot of pressure, and thankfully for them and their goalkeeper, they managed to keep Barcelona out, only conceding 1. So Pacheco, in my opinion, would deserve an informed spot. The other goalkeeper is of course Andrea Consigli, who made 6 saves and kept a clean sheet in a 2-0 win against Napoli. Another goalkeeper who was definitely under quite a bit of pressure in the game. Now, interestingly, Sassuolo, who he plays for, had about 60% possession, but even though Napoli only had 40%, they managed to have 22 shots in that game, which is pretty wild. So he was definitely a goalkeeper under fire, but he managed to keep the clean sheet. So does he deserve a spot in Team of the Week? I guess we'll find out on Wednesday. The first page of defenders features 2 of them who definitely could do with a pace boost in Ultimate Team, because currently their cards are not looking too desirable due to their pace ratings. We will begin by talking about Mats Hummels, who I feel pretty confident in getting an inform this week because he got 2 goals from the centre-back role and also recorded a clean sheet. So I won't lie, I would be incredibly shocked if he isn't one of the headlining players in Team of the Week 6, so I expect to see him in plenty of people's red picks on the Thursday. The player next to him is, of course, Arsenal's centre-back Gabriel. Now, I'm a bit on the fence about this one, to be honest. I don't know if it'll happen or not, but I just kind of have to go for it, really, because although I do think there's a good chance of it happening, I'm not super confident. He was really good for Arsenal in their 1-0 win against Manchester United. Now, in this game, Aubameyang scored, but it was a penalty, so he won't be picking up an inform. Thomas Partey got man of the match and a good match rating, but he can't get an inform due to the recency of his first inform. So then the next best option is Gabriel, who also got a very good match rating and obviously helped record a clean sheet as well. So that's why I think he has a chance. Arsenal versus Man United is a pretty big game in the Premier League, and that's why I think there's a chance of this one happening. But ultimately, like I say, I'm not super confident in it, but I kind of hope it does. We have a couple of Portuguese options on this slide, and to be honest, in my predictions this week, I've actually got a bunch of potential Portuguese informs. So if you're from there, you might be in for a treat this week. We will start by talking about the midfielder Pedro, who actually could have had an inform in the previous week because he got 2 goals then in a 2-1 win. He scored 1 goal in the game after, and then today literally he scored 2 more goals from midfield. So he is technically the definition of an inform player right now, and thus I think he deserves an inform. I still can't believe he didn't get an inform 2 weeks the other week, to be honest. So yeah, that was kind of surprising, but hopefully he makes it in this week. And then the other player is obviously a one to watch, Nelson Semedo. Now, this is another one of them which I'm not confident in, but it just seems like an EA pick to me. It just really does. Now, he got himself a clean sheet and put in a good performance in Wolves' 2-0 win against Crystal Palace. And ultimately, I've gone for him for his match rating. That's why I'm not ridiculously confident in him. He got man of the match and a good match rating from Sky, and he also got good match ratings across the board on every other site I checked. So I think he's got a chance. But as I say, I don't think it's a brilliant one, but it just seems like an EA pick, doesn't it? So that's why I'm going to take a punt on it. But I could be wrong, could be right. We'll see on Wednesday. On the next slide, we have a couple of silver options, and we've also got that other goalkeeper which I referenced earlier in the video. In fact, let's actually start by talking about the goalkeeper. The reason I've gone with him is because he didn't just make a handful of saves, a few saves. He actually made a lot of saves, 13 to be exact. He, made 13 saves in a 1-0 win for his side. I think it's fair to say without him, there's a very good chance his team wouldn't have not just not won the match, but I think they'd have lost by quite a big margin. So fair play to the goalkeeper. Yeah, 13 saving the clean sheet is absolutely nuts. It would be harsh, very harsh, to see him not included in the upcoming Team of the Week, in my opinion, even with it being limited on the silver spots, but we'll see what happens. The player on the left of the screen is a player who got a hat-trick. It's Okafor, who got a hat-trick in a 5-0 win, so he's another player who probably does deserve a spot on the bench, but maybe he could be one of the Super Silvers instead. I guess we will see what happens come the Wednesday. A couple of midfielders to discuss on this next slide. We have James Ward-Prowse up first, who got himself 2 goals and a assist in a 4-3 win for Southampton against Aston Villa. Just got a bit of a feeling this one's definitely going to happen, so watch out for that one on Wednesday. And then next to him we have a Dutch midfielder who got himself a hat-trick from midfield, which is pretty mad. Also got an assist on top of that in a 4-1 win, so I feel like his chances of being on the bench are very, very high. We have another one-to-watch item on this next page, and it is, of course, Liverpool's Diogo Yota. Now, I'm so on the fence with this one. I just don't know if EA will go for it or not. I just get the feeling he's going to be like Ndombele last year, where EA are just not going to give him the boost because they know that everyone's got him. But I suppose we're just going to have to wait and hope, I guess. But I really think he deserves the inform this week. Did only score 1 goal, but it was a match-winning goal. And he's actually scored the match-winning goal in his past 3 games. One against Sheffield, one in the Champions League, and then this one recently against West Ham. So he is technically the definition of an informed player, so, you know, give him the inform so we can all have a boost on our want-to-watch Yotas. And then next to him is Tobias Kempe, who got himself 2 goals and 2 assists in a big 4-3 win for Darmstadt. So, yeah, pretty big effort from the midfielder. A lot of goal-scoring midfielders this week, so it's going to be hard to see some of them get missed out. But I feel like he's one that maybe could get overlooked because one of his goals was a penalty, but still, 4 goal involvements is pretty big, so I found it quite hard to leave him out. It's time to talk about some strikers now, and both of these were amongst the goals in the past week. We will begin by talking about Camilo, who got himself a hat-trick and a assist in a 5-0 win for his side. So, yeah, we'll see if he makes the bench of Team of the Week number 6. And then next to him is, of course, Karim Benzema. I'm sure most of you know who he is. He got 2 goals and a assist in a 4-1 win against Huesca for Real Madrid. Also got good match ratings too, so I do expect to see him pick up his first special item of FIFA 21 this week. And it'll be interesting to see how that card performs in matches, to be honest. And also it'll be interesting to see if people would be happy with that Benzema in their red picks. Would you guys be? Let me know down below. I spoke earlier in the video about there being a lot of Portuguese players in my predictions, and guess what? There is another one. We may get a informed João Felix this week. Now, this is another one of them that, I won't lie, I'm not confident with, and I'm not confident because one of his goals was a penalty, but ultimately what has swayed me to go with him is, one, I think he's a hype player and he would improve the look of this week's Team of the Week, and also there's been quite a few positive looking articles about him, about his performance in this game, so I'm going to go for it, but as I say, this isn't one that I am particularly confident in. Next to him is the Argentinian striker Alario, who of course does play for Bayer Leverkusen. He got himself 2 goals, and ultimately I think he will make it into the upcoming Team of the Week because he also got good match ratings as well. So good for him. He got 2 goals in a 4-2 win against Freiburg. This next side features 2 players who did score hat-tricks in the past week, so both of them have a very good chance at picking up a special item on Wednesday. We will start with Dembele, who got a hat-trick in a 5-1 win against Shrewsbury, and then we also have Bayo, who got a hat-trick in a 3-1 win in the League One. So both of these obviously do have a decent chance at picking up a special item this week, and let's be honest, as they scored hat-tricks, they probably deserve to be in. So yeah, hopefully they will both be in on Wednesday. It's time now to inject some real pace into Team of the Week number 6. On the screen right now, we have 2 very quick options. We've got Christian Tayer, and we also have a potential position-changed Gervinho. Christian Tayer was involved in 3 goals, 2 goals and a assist in a 3-1 win, so I do expect him to make the upcoming Team of the Week select. And Gervinho also got 2 goals, but his 2 goals were in a 2-2 draw. Now, although the game ended in a tie, I still think he could get in just because, you know, an inform is based off an individual's performance, and in this game Gervinho played really well, got 2 goals and also got an 8 rating from Gazzetta, which is pretty big, so I do expect him to make it this week. Allan Kardec could maybe make the upcoming team of the week. He got himself a goal and a assist in a 2-0 win for his side. Now that is significant because this was actually the second leg of the CSL playoffs, and in the first leg his team were down 3-1, so he essentially drawed the tie level, and ultimately his team ended up going on to win the tie on penalties, and ironically it was him that scored the winning penalty as well, so maybe he could get in off the back of that. Next to him is another pacey option for the upcoming team of the week. That is of course Gelson Martins. Now Monaco beat Bordeaux and they scored 4 goals in doing exactly that, so there are actually a couple of options to get the inform. Ben Yedder is one of them actually, 1 goal and 1 assist for him, but I don't believe he'll get it because one of his goals was a penalty. Another option is Kevin Volland, who got 2 goals in that match, but I'm actually going to go for Gelson Martins, who got a goal and a assist. And the reason I've gone for him over Volland is because Volland's goals, well, one of them was a tap-in set up by Martins, so yeah, I'm going to go for the Portuguese winger instead, and hopefully it happens because I think that could be a really nice card, and from what I've seen he played out on the left as well, so it would also be a pretty nice position change in form. We end the video on a potential one to watch, Hakim Ziyech, who was involved in Chelsea's 3-0 win against Burnley. Now I do have to say this isn't one that I'm supremely confident in happening, to be honest. There's plenty of one-to-watch options this week, so he is bound to leave out one of them, or maybe 2 of them, so we'll have to see what happens. Ziyech also isn't the only option from the Chelsea game either. They could go with Mason Mount, or they could go with Kurt Zouma. Mason Mount got good match ratings, and Kurt Zouma got a goal and a clean sheet, so there are alternate options from this particular game. But I do believe if EA are going to go over a special card from this game, it should be Ziyech, who got himself a goal and a assist in this match. But as I say, I'm not super confident in this one happening, but hopefully it does. So you've just seen my 23-man prediction for the upcoming team of the week. Quick disclaimer, Ronaldo on the screen right now is not in my actual 23-man prediction, but I do want to talk about him because it's an interesting one. Do I think he's going to feature in the upcoming team of the week? I think it's pretty unlikely, but do I think it's possible? Maybe, especially with the lack of strong names or pack sellers in the predicted team of the week. So I do think there is a chance that Ian might put him in, but ultimately I don't believe they will. But still, let's discuss why they could. On his return to the Juve side, he picked up 2 goals off the bench and got a decent match rating in doing so. If I'm being honest, if one of the goals wasn't a penalty, I probably would have put him in my predictions, but because one of them was a penalty, I just don't quite think that will be enough to get him in, but I definitely could be wrong, and an informed Ronaldo would definitely make the upcoming team of the week look a whole lot better than it currently does. So yeah, I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts. Do you think we could see Ronaldo this week? Let me know all that good stuff in the comments. But aside from that, it's time to wrap this video up. I hope you have enjoyed it and I hope you found it useful. If you have, do of course remember to leave a like rating on it in the comments below. You know what to do. Be active. Let me know which informs you think will be coming on Wednesday, and of course if you are new to the channel, be sure to subscribe because I upload content like this on a weekly basis. And if you want to get a heads up on the upcoming team of the week a bit early, join the Discord. There's a link to do so in the description. Thanks for watching guys, and as always I'll catch you in the next one.